Hi everyone, welcome back. My name's Karen Johnson, and we have made it to part 6, the very last class of revitalizing your Mesa and reconnecting with your Mesa. So I hope you really enjoyed all of it. I'm sure I have, and it's such an important and meaningful thing, and I hope you really had a lot of wisdom come out of your wakas and your transit. Um, and the wisdom is still coming. It doesn't happen necessarily right at once. Sometimes it takes a little while, but you can be rest assured that the universe has connected into your issues and is working its indigenous alchemy, its inherent desire for change. That's what we have: indigenous, native, inherent alchemy, transformation. So we all have that inherent desire to transform. And I hope that you've all transformed with your wakas and that you've transformed getting in touch with your kuyas. And so now what? What do you do? So now we take really good care of our mesas. And remember that the mesas are carrying our medicine, our wisdom. And so how we treat them is super important because it's like treating ourselves. If you put them on the shelf, it's like putting yourself on the shelf. So put them somewhere sacred. Keep them somewhere where you can have access to them. And even if you're not using them for healing others, you can use them to heal yourself. You can always bring your mesa to your heart chakra. You can always put little slips of paper in your mesa, things that you want to work on, things that are not going quite right, and allow those stones to work these issues for you. You can keep it open every Saturday night, as long as you're not having any alcohol or any other kind of mind-altering substances. And it's called the Saturday Night Mesa Party. And all of the mesas all over the world connect with each other. And mesas like to party a little bit. So love on them a little bit. Bring them flowers. Bring them offerings. A little bit of gratitude is always, always, always so appreciated everywhere. And even from the stones. They love to connect with you. They love to feel your love and your gratitude and your appreciation. So connect in with them. Spend some time with them. If you have a morning practice of any kind, take your mesa with you. If you go out hiking or in the mountains, take your mesa with you. It's a beautiful thing to get in touch with and have with you and bring with you and have it in your reality, have it out in your world, not sitting in a corner somewhere. And so I wanted to talk to you a little bit too about stone reading. So, and what can we do? What do our mesas tell us about our clients? So if you're using your mesa to heal others, or maybe even yourself, you open your mesa and one kuya is calling to you one day, what's it telling you? So what I like to do is look to see what kuya my client is choosing. So I'm always watching, and I ask them to just choose whichever one is calling to them today. So which one is speaking to you? Which one is calling to you today? And so I'm always looking to see which direction is that kuya in. Is it in the south? That's telling me, so they have stories to shed. That's maybe their work right now. If it's in the west, so it's some karmic thing, maybe some ancestral things that need working on. And in the north, okay, so it's their soul journey. They're ready to fly. They're wanting to take their soul journey. So let's help them find what that is. And then if it's in the east direction, I love when they choose stones in the east direction, because remember that in the east direction you had different stones representing different directions even within the east. So you had a stone in the south sand painting, in the west sand painting, in the north south painting, in the east sand painting. And so each direction was represented in the east. And the east has to do with transcendence and finding your destiny and flying high over the great mountains you only dared to dream of. Dream big dreams, that's the east. And so when someone picks one of my east kuyas, I'm always looking to see which one they chose. So for example, they might have chosen the east or the south direction stone, the one that was in my south sand painting, but it's in the east. And so, something, some story that they're carrying is holding them back from their destiny. There's something they're working on, and I'm looking for that. You know, now that they've chosen that stone, I'm listening to them, you know, sacred witness, listening, 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 to find out if there is something there, something holding them back, some story they're still carrying that they need to shed. And maybe I'll find it in the other underworld. Maybe they're not even totally aware of it, but it's something I'm going to find in the underworld for them. And then perhaps they choose the west direction. So maybe there's some ancestral karmic issues that are holding them back from achieving their highest destiny. And the north direction. Okay, so they chose the lineage stone. Very powerful stone, right? Wow, carrying the altars of all the great altars in that kuya, and all the teachers, all within there. Very powerful. So what is that telling me about them and their journey? So that was sitting in the north direction. That talks about the hummingbird. They're wanting to find their soul path and drink only from the sweetest nectar of life. And so that's where they are, and they need to find that in order to find their highest destiny. So that's how I really, really look at all the kuyas, and I watch what's being picked, and it informs me even more about what they're there to shed that day, what is really holding them back. So I'm listening, 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 and looking, and this kuya is helping me. They're always helping you, assisting you, showing you. So whichever one kind of stood out to them that day, it's because the kuya wanted to be chosen and they had a story to tell. And the other thing I wanted to talk to you about a little bit about is stone reading. So part of my practice also is when a client chooses a kuya. So here's one of my kuyas. It's in the west direction. And I have a little story about that I wanted to tell you. So in the west direction, of course, is about ancestors. And so this client picked this kuya, and it had to do with ancestors. And then I did a little stone reading of this. So I like to rub it in my hands. I like to see how it changes. You might even see subtle changes already. It looks like there's a figure here coming up, maybe a face there. Little subtle things that kind of rise up. And so the story with this kuya was, it was a woman in Louisiana, and she was telling me, like, she chose this stone, and I said, you know, oddly enough, I'm seeing an African face in this kuya. This is turning into sort of an African female face. Does that ring a bell to you? And she said, oh my God, you know, we have this picture of this young African-American woman, very old picture. No, we've lost the story. We don't know who she is. And oh my gosh, we'd love to know more about her. So that was the entryway. So I knew I was really onto something because she resonated with that. And the kuya is showing me this African face in the family of this white woman. So very interesting. And what was there anything that resonated with that? And here we go. So there's a resonation. So long story short, when I was in the underworld, yeah, there was a curse actually. So the young woman had blamed her family for her mother's death, that she had worked too hard. So I don't know whether that's true or not, and that's lost in time. Maybe it's true. Maybe it's the child's feeling alone. I don't know. But I was able to work with the young girl to release the curse from this family. So yeah, so that's how you can work with your kuyas. They're going to give you a lot of information. The more you connect with them, and the more you work with them and talk to them and bring them things and just love on them, the more information they're going to give you. So that's pretty much it. That brings us into conclusion. And I've really enjoyed everybody. My gosh, we had a lively Zoom conversations, and I had lots of questions and comments that were sent my way. And I know there's so many people just took this course and really enjoyed it. And I am so happy and grateful that you did. And I'm looking forward to another course. So I don't know, one of these days, I'm not sure exactly when, but I'm thinking maybe a class in visiting each one of the rights you were given. And those too are given to you as seeds, and you have to grow them. So how we grow those rights, remembering those rights and what they are, and a little class on how to grow them. So let me know what you think about that. And I love talking with you all. Many blessings for this great Halloween season and all the seasons to come. And may you have many beautiful rituals and rich and lasting and memorable holidays and holy days and days of your own creation. You know, if you don't resonate with Thanksgiving, it could be Giving Thanks Day for you and still be a beautiful ritual and a wonderful, meaningful time to get together with family so we can celebrate it in our own ways. You know, words are so important. Words become our reality, so we can change it up and make it all real for us. All right, so many blessings. Much love to you all. See you in the next class. Bye.